Hello ladies and gents, my name is John, and welcome to a new video. This is my Star Destroyer. It took me about 3 months, no I'm just kidding. Boom! Look at this monster. Enormous. The story behind this is that I started working on it in September maybe, and I worked pretty hard on it for about a week, and then I just kind of left it. I didn't really work on it at all. And I had uploaded a really cool teaser trailer and never went through the video. Hogwarts is another kind of project that went through that sort of kind of going under the radar thing. Well, anyway, so here is the final product. I started working on it yesterday, I think, or the day before, and I just worked non-stop on it for about, like 5 hours maybe. And I wanted to finish it just because it was a project that I'd gone really far on but never finished, similar to Hogwarts. But yeah, here it is. Let me change to a better shader so you can see it better. Yeah. Ooh. So anyways, this thing is 1/5 scale. So the actual Star Destroyer is 1600 meters long, so that makes this about 320, I think, 320 blocks long. I also built this tiny little light cruiser. This was the first thing I built. I'm going to have a giant series of 1/5 scale ships because same thing with kind of my Nexus series is I like to take ships like these, and once you have them all down, like the bases, you could copy and paste them like 5 times, and then boom, all of a sudden you have a blockade. So that'll be a cool thing to grow in the future, and for any builds in the future I could use this. Like, I'm going to be building Jeddah City, hopefully, which has a Star Destroyer docked above it, so I can use this. Yeah, so this is 250 meters, so 1/5 scale makes this about 50 blocks long. This is pretty cool. You just have it, copy and paste a couple to escort the Star Destroyer. And then for this guy, I might change this a little bit because I'm kind of happy and kind of not with the build, but this is a CR-90 Carillion Corvette Rebel Blockade Runner. It's a little bit above 1/5 scale. It's probably 4.5 scale, because it should be, so, okay. Most Carillion Corvettes are about 150 meters long, and this one in specific was, I think, 126. So even if it was the regular model, which is 150 meters, it should be about 30 blocks long, but I made it more like 35-ish, so the scale is a little bit off, but it's okay because it looks good, and more importantly, you can dock it inside the hangar. The shaders make it a bit difficult to see, but that's okay. For the Star Destroyer itself, I already gave some information about it. It took actually, no, it didn't take a super long time. I built it pretty fast, but what it was is I didn't want to build the panels and stuff. Like, if you look closely, you can see that there's certain parts right here that are aligned with slabs and that they are raised above the ground a little bit. Here's another one. I didn't want to make those panels. There's another one. And if I get a potion of night vision, I really did not want to build the bottom half of the ship. Just because, it's kind of pointless because you will never see it. It's different from the top half because it doesn't have the superstructure and it has all the hangars and garbage. So I will admit that I did kind of rush it. I could have done a better job on it. But, you know what, it's done, and that's all that matters. So, yeah. Let me go back here. That's another thing, is the engines look really nice. Ooh, yes. Oh, I love the view of that. It just looks pretty awesome. And it's kind of irritating because the Star Destroyers have just absurd proportions. Like, something about them, they always look weird from certain angles. So if you look at it from the side, it's fine. And certain angles, like the back, they look perfect, but angles that are kind of lowish, like this, it makes the top half seem longer than it should be. But these proportions are correct. I measured them out. Yeah, like I said, it's very difficult to nail the proportions of a Star Destroyer because almost every shot of an actual Star Destroyer has some kind of camera effect to change kind of I don't know how to describe it, I guess the angle on it. And one way I found how to make it look better is by turning up the FOV. Like, let me back up a little bit. Like that right there is a pretty classic look at a Star Destroyer. The kind of Rogue One style, the way the Rogue One, like it's coming out in front of the Death Star. Like that. That looks pretty proper. But yeah, like I said, the FOV really helps in getting that kind of a true cinematic look, how it looks in the movies. So while I am kind of disappointed that, let me turn my FOV back. While I am kind of disappointed that it looks a little bit weird when looking at it like this, like I said, it is the correct proportions, and it does often look like this in pictures, so I'm not as concerned about it. Some notes is that, actually let me get a top angle. I do not have an interior for it because, hold on, oh, that's awesome. If you look, if I wanted to have an actual interior, like a bridge inside of it, it'd have to be way bigger. Like maybe I might, if I ever use this for an adventure map and stuff, where you wouldn't be able to see the actual superstructure and you were only on the inside and you got this look, I might make it an interior, but as of now, that's the only window, and that's way too small to make an actual interior. And Star Destroyers do not have any other kind of recognizable interior other than the bridge, even though there is pictures of the interiors from the TV shows and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I wish I put this video out earlier, especially because if you look at the teaser trailer, it doesn't look hardly any different. Also, I'm probably going to rip that video, the teaser trailer, and put it in this one, instead of having to remake a cinematic. But overall, I think this looks really nice. Like I said, I could copy and paste it for future reference. Just take like 3 of these and plop them up next to each other, and then boom, you got the, you know, the blockade from Empire Strikes Back. It looks pretty cool. I like it a lot. I hope you guys like it. Please tell me how you feel about it in the comments. And yeah, see you in the next one. Goodbye.